Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel if you are new. Hello, my name is V. I post nail tutorials every Thursday and Sunday at 8:15 a.m. Central Time. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you do not miss out on future videos, as I do answer giveaways in them randomly. I am bringing you guys another watch me work video. In my last video, I asked you guys what type of videos you guys wanted to see more of on my channel, and the top answer was watch me work videos. So I'm going to be trying to film a lot more for you guys while I'm working. I do want to mention that I have a very limited amount of clients that I am doing during this whole craziness, so you guys are probably going to be seeing the same hands over and over again. However, you guys are still going to be able to learn a ton from those videos. My client brought in this inspo photo from Chon Legend. If you're not familiar with who he is, go check him out. He's freaking amazing and I want to be like him when I grow up. So when she shared this photo with me, I got so excited and I was like, please let me film it for my YouTube channel. And of course she agreed, hence this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed recreating it. Now let's get right into the video. First off, a huge shout out to my client for letting me film while doing her nails. Sometimes it can be a little hard, so I opt to not film, but she was nice enough to let me do so and bring you guys another watch me work video, so I am really excited about that. So for this set, I am doing a fill and another design. We have been doing fills on her nails maybe for 3 appointments now. So she's had the same set and I've just removed the design and did a fill and done another design on top of that. So I am using my e-file for this step at about 8,000 to 9,000 RPMs. I am using my Kiara Sky 5-in-1 bit and I believe it is in medium grit. Highly recommend these if you guys are in look for a new bit. I freaking love them. Now I'm just lightly filing off the shine and the current design she has on her nails. I'm going ahead and repeating that on the rest of the nails. You will note that I am not going really in depth on removing the edges or the black design around the edges of the nail, because I basically just need the surface to be nice and product free, and then I can remove that afterwards, and you will see me do that later on in the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish removing the design. It was so sad seeing the butterflies go, but they were cute while they lasted. Alright, now that I am done removing the design, I did get out of focus on the thumb, so I just left it out. I am going in with my sanding band. These are from Profiles Backstage. I'm using my Kiara Sky e-file at 4,000 RPMs for this step. And I'm just gently using that sanding band to push back the cuticle while removing the shine of the natural nail. And I'm also making sure that I'm removing any lifting she might have. She does have very minimal lifting. I try to do my prep as best as I can, and because she only goes 2 weeks, I think that helps as well. So here she just had a tiny bit of lifting, and I'm just gently removing that. You want to make sure you continue to move from side to side so that the bit does not heat spike and you don't hurt your client. This is crucial, especially with working with such tiny area. And as you can see, I'm just lightly using that. These are fine sanding bands. I do recommend these. I freaking love them for the natural nail as they are super fine and they won't damage the nail or hurt your client's cuticle area. Now when I'm working in the cuticle area, I like to dust off any excess dust just so I can fully see exactly what I'm doing and what I am filing. So I just constantly brush off the dust to make sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing correctly. Now I am moving on to her left hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that process. Make sure you prep that area properly as that will ensure minimal to no lifting. I am gonna be showing you exactly how I do my prep work, and it is definitely effective. So if you guys are having troubles with prepping the nails, make sure you continue to watch my process. Now going back to her right hand, I'm using my needle bit and lightly filing around that cuticle area. This helps get into those hard to reach areas. You might think you're removing all of the cuticle with the sanding band, but as you can see, a lot of dead skin is coming up off of that natural nail, and this is going to help tremendously when it comes to preventing lifting. And I do have my e-file at about 4,000 RPMs for this step as well. You want to make sure you're doing it gently and you're not jamming her cuticles because that can potentially hurt your client. Now I am taking my cuticle ball bit and lightly buffing off any cuticle in that area. I don't fully remove it, nor do I like to nip it off because it just terrifies me, and I do feel like it's there for a reason, so I don't feel comfortable with removing it, and you guys might not agree with me, but that's just my thought process and my clients don't mind it. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on the other hand as well, lightly filing off that cuticle, and I do have my e-file still at a speed of 4,000 RPMs. So normally I would have done the cut down process when I was using my sanding band or even removing the design on the nail, but she just notified me that she wanted me to cut them down just a little bit. We normally do just remove a tad bit of the length. So now I'm going back using my sanding band and cutting off just the slightest amount of length off of her nails. Now that I'm done with my full prep process, I'm making sure I dust off any excess dust, and then with my lint-free wipe and some swipe, I am cleansing that natural nail and the rest of the nail, making sure it is oil-free and dust-free. This is also going to take part in whether you get lifting or not. Now I am using my protein bond from Young Nails and priming my natural nail. That's the only place I'm placing primer because that is where you want to concentrate your application. So if you are having trouble with lifting, do 2 coats of this and it should do the deed. I believe I only placed 1 on her. I'm just shaking off my towel, removing extra dust, and placing a paper towel, grabbing all my products. For this video, I am using Nude Panther. This has been the color that she's been loving, so we're keeping that on her. So for my fill, I am taking a very small bead of acrylic and placing that basically where the growth is, and then I'm gently pushing it up. This is kind of a good marking point to know where to place your acrylic. And because she doesn't have very much growth, this is perfect for me. So as you can see, I'm taking a very small bead of acrylic, placing it where the growth is at, gently pushing it up, and then I am gently blending it down into the existing product. Sometimes you will need to add more product in the apex area. We like to do hers on the flat side, so I don't build up her apex a lot. But if I do need to add a little bit more acrylic just to blend it out a tad bit more, I do that obviously in this step as well. So if you guys are having trouble with your acrylic application, especially your cuticle area, you need to have your liquid to powder ratio down right. I do have a video for that if you guys are struggling with that. Make sure you guys check out my beginner nail tech series. I have a lot of in-depth videos on things that you might be struggling with, so make sure you guys check that out. Once I'm done applying my acrylic, I do look at the nails overall just to make sure that I don't need to add any more acrylic anywhere. Now I'm taking my Tammy Taylor peel and stick file and filing the majority of the nail. As you can see, I went down the sides and then I'm going over the surface of the nail, lightly blending that acrylic down to the existing acrylic. I don't need to do a lot of filing because it was already pre-filed, as I've already done this set multiple times. So I'm basically just making sure that the product that I just laid is flush to the existing product. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that on the nails. As you can see, the black paint that was on the sides is coming off at this point. Since I am filing those sides and making sure everything is nice and perfect, that is when the nail art that was left behind is coming off. So as you can see, I just basically saved a little bit of time with that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on the rest of the nails. Once I'm done using my hand file, I am taking my 5-in-1 bit once again. Now I have it at about 6,000 RPMs, and I'm just lightly filing the cuticle area of the nail. I want to make sure that the product is nice and flush to the natural nail, as this will also help with any lifting issues you might have. If it's too bulky in that area, it can snag, which causes lifting. So make sure you guys are making it really flush to the nail. And now I am turning the hand around, looking at the nails from the client perspective and filing that shape into perfection. You want to do this so you see any flaws that the client might see. A lot of the time you can't see certain things from your view, but when they turn their hand around, you can see everything nice and clear. Now I'm cleansing the surface of the nail. I believe I did buff, and for whatever reason, I did not record that, but I buffed the nail and now I'm going in and cleansing the surface. And I'm doing that on the other hand as well. Once I'm done cleansing the nail, I like to remove my towels, shake them off, make sure they're dust free, as I'm going to be doing nail art and I don't want dust anywhere near my area. I'm putting away any files that I need to put away. Like I said, shaking that off, and then I'm grabbing a paper towel as well, as I'm gonna need that to clean off my brush. So I did do the design on the pinky just so I know what I was doing. She had sent me the picture, and because I record on my phone, I couldn't see it. So I went ahead and did it on that finger so I can easily do it on the wrist. So I am using white gel paint for this, and I am drawing a line down the middle. And I ended about the middle of the nail as well, lengthwise. And then I do a diagonal line towards the cuticle area, and now I'm just coloring it in. I freaking loved these nails. They look so cool to me, and she was so excited to get them done, so it makes it all that better. I'm doing another line down at the tip, and then I'm going to be slanting it the opposite way. So I am doing white first. The reason why I'm doing the white design first is because if I need to clean any areas off, I can do that easily, while with black it's a lot harder to clean it up. And not only that, I am going to be able to clean some areas off with that black gel paint as well when it comes to refining the lines of the white. And once I finish the first step, I let her place that in the LED light. And while that's in the light, I alternate hands and work on her other hand. This saves time and it just gets the process done a lot quicker. We're not just sitting there and kind of staring at each other until it's done curing. So always make sure you are making use of your time and alternating hands to make the process a lot quicker. So I'm doing the white as well on this hand. And this time the white is going to be on the opposite side than it was on the other hand. And I'm basically repeating that. I did cut out a lot of the drawing part because you guys basically just need a little portion of it. There's no point because this design is so repetitive. You guys don't necessarily need to watch the entire process. Like I said, once I'm done, I'm going to be placing that in the light, and while it is in the light, I'm alternating hands to speed up the process. You can absolutely do all of the nails if you are fast enough. I just am so scared that I'm going to rub it on another nail or with my own finger, and then I'm gonna have to start all over again. So I like to just ensure that I don't have to clean up my work so often, so I go ahead and place them in the light one by one. Now that you guys have seen that process, again, put it in the light, and I am going in with my black gel paint. I'm going to be connecting that white all the way down to the tip and then filling in the right side of these nails with that black. So anything that is nude from that line down the middle to the right side, I am filling in with black. So for whatever reason, I can work faster with black. I'm not quite sure if the consistency is different because I feel them exactly the same, or I'm just more confident with black. I don't know what it is, but I can work a lot quicker. So instead of alternating hands doing the black, I went ahead and drew in this area, and then I moved directly onto my next finger. And then once I was done with the middle finger, I moved on to the right finger, and then I did it on all of the nails at once, and then I went ahead and placed the hand into the LED light to cure all of them at once. So I'm gonna let you guys watch this process. Now I'm going back in and just cleaning up any areas that might seem a little too sheer, and then I'm placing it in the light for a full minute to cure all of the nail art. And I'm going in right after with my top coat. I am using Not Polished Gloss It for this set. She wanted shiny. A lot of the time I'll show her matte, and she preferred shiny this time. So I'm going in with that top coat, doing a thin layer over the entire nail. You do want to make sure you are fully covering that gel nail art because you don't want any chipping. This shiny top coat does an amazing job at keeping everything intact, so I do recommend it if you guys are in the market for one. I'm gonna go ahead and clean any areas where I may have accidentally placed top coat on. And then I'm going to be placing it in the light for a full 2 minutes. Like I've mentioned before, I like to cure it a lot longer than it needs to be just to ensure everything is nice and perfect. of course, I am repeating that process on the other hand as well. Thin layer of top coat. Place that in the light for 2 minutes. I do want to mention that I did forget to record the application of the cuticle oil, but for that I am using my Profiles Backstage amazing smelling cuticle oil. It's nice and velvety, so it soaks right into the skin and it doesn't leave that super shiny look. So I do recommend that as well. But that basically concludes this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.